Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar, Peplink. Today's host is Jason. He'll be presenting today, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to submit them in the question box, and Jason will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Please note, Jason is their technical marketing engineer. Jason, thank you so much for being here with us today. I am finished for now. You can go ahead and take it on over.
Thanks, Julie. As she said, my name is Jason Krupp. I'm one of the technical marketing engineers here from the Peplink team, and today I kind of want to reset things, take us back to the basics, and just talk about who Peplink is and what we can do for your customers. First off, a bit about ourselves. Some of the company history: Peplink was founded in 2006, and currently we have over 30 granted patents regarding our SpeedFusion SD-WAN technology. Our focus continues, and it has always been comprehensive WLAN solutions for any deployment. Peplink is a small, passionate team. We've got 127 people on staff currently, of which 81 are dedicated R&D engineers. And we are a global brand. We have over 500 partners and resellers in roughly 70 countries around the globe, along with satisfied customers at every location. Peplink prides itself on direct interaction with our partners and end users. Through our forum at forum.peplink.com, our team, as well as an engaged and passionate community, has direct communication with partners and end users continually. When we talk about the Peplink advantage, exactly what are we talking about? Today's business, of course, requires uninterrupted internet access to operate for the day-to-day operations, and a non-SD-WAN solution just doesn't hold up. Through SpeedFusion, we do give you that continual uptime to stay connected to needed services to keep your day-by-day going. Also, this stuff gets really expensive very quickly the more you are trying to pay for a single WAN connection to get that uptime you require. Well, with our SpeedFusion, you can get uptime, reliability, as well as stability for a fraction of the cost by migrating away from some of those more expensive solutions and using our SD-WAN to aggregate consumer-grade connections to get you the same effect. Also, in today's environment, people are working more and more out of the office, on the road, telecommuting, whatever. And with poor cell coverage, again, you're not going to have access to the resources you need. Well, with Peplink's mobile solution, the Max Mobile line of products, we've got routers that will allow you to bond multiple cell, VSAT, Wi-Fi connections to stay up and running wherever you are reporting in from. And with today's media-rich business environment, unreliable networks are going to make streaming real-time file transfers very much a challenge. SpeedFusion can route around poor WAN connections to keep your stream from failing in real time. How do we do this? First and foremost, SpeedFusion. SpeedFusion is our patent-pending technology that allows you to create a single VPN across all available internet connections you're tasking to it. Bandwidth from multiple WANs get bonded at the packet level, utilizing 256-bit AES encrypted military grade. This traffic is then sent on a packet level across all healthy WANs. What this means is you are getting aggregated speed even for a single user session, and perhaps more importantly, being able to route around poor connections in real time, sub-second, without dropping the applicable session. With SpeedFusion, there's a few levels that we need to talk about. First up, where things kind of start at, is with hot failover. What this allows you to do is to change connections while keeping your session intact, basically giving you sub-second failover between internet connections that you have going on with the tunnel. Some of the verticals or applications that benefit from this, of course, are remote offices, retail connectivity, applications that you need that the uptime more than anything while keeping your costs down. Next up, WAN smoothing. Rather than a more aggregation-focused approach, WAN smoothing gives you consistency with your internet sessions. What we're doing is, rather than duplicating the traffic across a tunnel and breaking up the session across the tunnel, we're duplicating it actually. So you're sending the same data across all available WANs. Whoever gets first to the other side is what's going to be used. Real-time applications benefit the most out of this. VoIP, video conferencing, broadcasting, those are who are going to take advantage of WAN smoothing the most. And finally, the bread and butter, bandwidth bonding. This is where you are taking all of your internet connections, bundling them together to get greater throughput. Using this as an MPLS alternative, remote surveillance, connectivity on the road. These are the sort of things that take advantage of bandwidth bonding, our aggregation solution with the SD-WAN. Some of the verticals that can really take advantage of things, again, hot failover, ATMs, point of sale machines, retail, online trading, again, those things that require uptime first and foremost. Bonding, again, is an MPLS alternative solution. Remote area cell connectivity, VPNs for remote offices, transportation devices, maritime, and smoothing, again, are those real-time applications that are first and foremost necessary. You can see here some of the major players that have used our solution to great effect. I'm not going to go into them, but if you head over to our website, peplink.com, we do have a number of case studies available for your review for further details. In Control 2 is the other piece that kind of makes the magic happen. In Control 2 is our cloud-based device management, monitoring, and reporting tool used with your Peplink or Pepwave devices. IC2 gives you advanced admin tools and precedented device visibility, as well as a comprehensive reporting package in an easy-to-manage one-stop solution. We've got both public and private versions of In Control 2 available, as well as a smart device companion app. In Control 2 is flexible and robust enough to keep eyes on your deployment wherever you need it. Some of the big features that IC2 brings to the table: real-time dashboard information, GPS tracking, being able to see your vehicle fleet in real time, bulk configuration possibilities. So rather than touching each individual device in your deployment, you can go ahead and have a configuration file pushed from the cloud and have it apply to all applicable units within the group. Detailed reporting information. See how much data your network is using, who the villains are, as it were, within the deployment, seeing who's using up everything, abusing the network, being able to know what's going on in your deployment. Well, now that you know a little bit about the tech, let's talk about some of the products. First and foremost is our Ethernet-focused devices, the Peplink Balance. Some of the common features with them are, of course, these are dead simple to use. A web-based UI makes configuration just simple and easy. You can keep eyes on things from the cloud again within Control 2, configuring, management, monitoring, all from the cloud with a valid internet connection. The Balance line of products has anywhere from 2 to 13 Ethernet WAN connections, along with a USB port for cellular connectivity to give you flexibility, to give you uptime, and with Speed Fusion to give you the possibility of aggregation. These things are enterprise tough, very much a set it and forget it type of device. Again, if you head over to the website, peplink.com, you'll see the uptime contest we're running, seeing how long you go without a reboot of the unit. I do believe the current winner is over 1,100 days of uptime without a reboot. That's a statistic to be proud of. Some of the common features of the Balance line of products include our outbound policy, which is 8 load balancing algorithms that govern your LAN to internet traffic. We do have the ability to control our Pepwave AP straight within the UI of the Balance. And again, that USB port for cell connectivity. Getting into the Balance line of products, we kind of divide things into a few groups. First up, there's our power user, who is the home office, the small office, the remote office, generally around 25 users thereabouts. This gives you an affordable, powerful router with 1 to 3 internet connections plus that USB port. We move into some of the slightly larger office deployments, and we have a class of products that get you up to about 150 users. This does add our drop-in mode functionality into the mix, which is Peplink's transparent bridging mode to be able to bring that public IP scheme to the LAN side of the balance. Full speed fusion support, of course, is on this class of products: aggregation, WAN smoothing, and hot failover that we talked about a moment ago. Again, these line of products generally are about 1 to 3 internet connections plus that USB port. Then we get into our large office deployments, and this is really where kind of the enterprise class of products begin. Up to about 1,000 users for those large office sites. We do have the ability to deploy in high availability or VRRP mode, and all the features that the smaller units have do certainly carry forward. Drop-in mode, speed fusion. These units actually have usually a few more internet connections in play, generally about 3 to 5 plus that USB port. And then we get into the big boys, our data center deployments, generally able to handle over 20,000 users, 8 gig of throughput, and of course everything that the smaller units have as well. Our biggest unit, the Balance 2500, does have a version that rather than the 12 Ethernet WAN ports, they do come with a configuration of 2 10 gig fiber ports to handle going into the data center. Let's go into the products in a little more detail. Balance 20 again is kind of our consumer grade, the smallest of the products that we do offer. They generally are about 60 users on the outside. You do have the ability to change a 20 into what we used to call our Balance 30 with an optional third WAN unlock. You do get basic PEP VPN capability, more so think of it as just connectivity, an IPsec analog, if you will, and are rated for about 150 mega throughput. The Balance 30 LTE is kind of its own beast with a built-in LTE cell connection. It brings even further options to deployment. Still about 60 users. We do have a built-in cell module. Versions with an LTE-A cell module are available, 200 megs of throughput for the product. The Balance 1 is where things start to get interesting. This is really kind of the Swiss Army knife of the products that we do have on the smaller end. 60 users, it's got 2 Ethernet WAN out of the box, but you do have the ability to convert 3 of your 8 LAN ports into WAN ports to give it a 5 and 5 deployment WAN to LAN. We do also have versions of the Balance 1 with a built-in Wi-Fi AP, and it's rated for 600 meg of throughput. Getting into the business class stuff, the Balance 210, about 150 users. Again, that drop-in mode is functionality is available. Full speed fusion support, 350 mega throughput. And then the Balance 305 is about 500 users, drop-in mode capable. Does have the ability to create 2 speed fusion peers, but up that to 20 with an additional unlock. And then this is where they get fun with a gig of throughput for the product. Starting the enterprise line, the Balance 380, in essence, is the Balance 305, but with full-on speed fusion capability out of the box. Tech specs, otherwise exactly the same. 500 users, those 20 speed fusion peers, and the gig of throughput. Balance 580 gives you that always-on connectivity with 5 Ethernet WAN, a gig and a half of throughput, being able to handle about 1,000 users, and then all the functionality again of the smaller units: drop-in mode, high availability, LAN bypass. The Balance 710 cranks it up even further to 2,000 users, 2.5 gigs of throughput, and all the features of the smaller products. The Balance 1350, 5 gig of throughput, 5,000 users. And then finally, the Balance 2500. That's that 20,000 user mark, 8 gig of throughput. This thing can absolutely handle whatever you throw at it. Next class of products we're going to touch on is the Max Mobile line of products, which are our cellular focused line of products we offer. Dual SIM, meaning it's redundant SIM cards per modem that you have in there, ensuring coverage in poor signal areas, failover on data caps, etc. In Control 2, again, allows you to monitor and manage and configure the unit straight from the cloud. In our outdoor versions, the IP67 are built to take punishment really in any environment, being built from that aircraft-grade aluminum exterior, giving you connectivity in extreme deployments. And of course, with Speed Fusion, you have again the ability to combine all that bandwidth into a single stream with the multi-WAN solution. Again, the groups, how they break down. First up is our transportation hotspots. In essence, the transportation field, of course, is where these things are primarily going to be deployed at. The Max Transit has up to 2 dual embedded cell modems, a dual band 11AC Wi-Fi to give you the Wi-Fi on the go wherever you need it. Our USB focused devices give you that fast, reliable connectivity anywhere, has built-in Wi-Fi AP in there to reduce clutter wherever you're going to put down at. Our BR line of products are business ready, as it stands for, offers the redundant SIM slots, automatic switching, a variety of power opportunities, remote management, GPS, etc., into a durable metal enclosure. And then finally, the HD line of products, be anywhere from 2 to 4 embedded cell modules, built-in LAN switches to reduce, again, that clutter where you need it. Starting first with the BR, the BR1 is kind of where everything begins. We do have LTE versions available, 100 mega throughput, built-in Wi-Fi AP to connect to it without need of messy wires, as well as GPS functionality. The Pro, basically the same as the BR1, but the big difference, of course, is the built-in 4-port switch we have in there. This is perfect for those small startup offices that don't have a landline dropped into it right away, or if you're looking to bring a more stable cell connection into the office with the built-in module. In Control 2 management, of course, applicable to all the products, and 120 mega throughput for the Pro. The Enterprise is a bit of a workhorse, 300 meg of throughput, but without Wi-Fi built into it, makes this thing great for the more secure deployments that you may find yourself in. PoE out is an add-on that you can purchase for it as well to simplify your network deployment. The slim, very small footprint, plus the exciting part of one of these is the 2 5 milliamp mini USB ports that if you connect, for example, a 10,000 milliamp power bank, you can power this device for up to 7 hours completely portable. The BR1 Mini is an industrial grade LTE connection for anything you throw at it. Built tough for those extreme deployments. Small enclosure makes it very easy to get into those hard to reach places. Has a wide temperature range for deployments, and then it does have an add-on module giving it M2M capabilities as well. And then finally, the dedicated M2M device, very similar to the Mini, but rather than as an add-on module, it's got a built-in serial connection to get those capabilities into it. The other big selling point for the M2M is it's DIN rail mountable. The HD line of products starts with the HD2. Dual cell module, 400 mega throughput. We do have LTE versions available for it. And PoE outputs are certainly possible with an additional add-on unlock. The HD4 cranks this up to 4 cell modules with redundant SIM. 400 megs of throughput still. PoE output is again that add-on you can purchase. And then the HD2 Mini packs all the horsepower of the HD2 into something approximately the size of the BR1. This again doesn't have that built-in Wi-Fi, so for the secure deployments is a great way to go. LTE versions available for that as well. Some of the brand new products that we do have for the Max Mobile line of products is first and foremost Speed Fusion engine. This is literally the world's smallest wireless SD-WAN router on the market. Two cell internet connections and an Ethernet gives you multiple WAN connections to simplify getting it into the network. It is full speed fusion capable when paired with another Peplink device. Aggregation, hot failover, WAN smoothing, etc. Now, if the speed fusion engine is probably the world's smallest, the Peplink EPX is easily the biggest SD-WAN router out on the market, with up to 18 LTE-A capable cell modules in play. With those redundant SIM slots, this means we're going to have 36 SIM cards in play, possibly. And with a break from our normal deployment strategies, the EPX takes a modular approach to the deployment, where you have the ability to swap out sleds to make it more scalable or customize it to your network. Future-proofing basically made extraordinarily simple. Throughput is where this thing shines. 30 gig of throughput outside of the speed fusion tunnel, but 2 gig of throughput within the tunnel. With the EPX, we are selling them first in about 3 standard deployments, Ethernet focused, cell focused, or a mixture of the two, but then we will start to sell the sleds separately to be able to give you those options to scale up more directly to your build. The transit line of products, again, are more those bus deployments, transportation industry deployments to get Wi-Fi to your customers. A very compact form factor, the simultaneous dual band 11AC Wi-Fi, and as well as those cell connections, this gets the job done. The Max Transit, the Max Transit Duo are both DIN rail mount capable. They do both have GPS functionality, LTE-A versions available. They're a pretty attractive product. The USB series breaks down into 2 pieces, the Max on the Go and the Max 700. Both are in control 2 manageable. They do have up to 4 USB modems that you can take into the device to build the speed fusion tunnel back to whichever location you're terminating at. The Max on the Go is 100 megs of throughput, and the 700 is 400 megs of throughput. And the Max 700 has PoE output capabilities with the unlock also. And then we get to the outdoor line of products, starting first with the BR1 IP55. PoE in and out, the output does need that add-on to it, 100 meg bidirectional throughput. And what makes the IP55 enclosure stand out is it does have built-in software selectable omnidirectional Wi-Fi antennas. You don't have to swap it to a big sector or the like. You just go into the UI and make those distinctions. Fairly new product that we are offering is BR1 IP67. That IP67 enclosure, again, is the ultimate protection from the elements with that aircraft-grade aluminum enclosure. PoE input simplifies the wiring plan, 100 megs of throughput, and gives you the ability to deploy the unit where cell signal is best, and then you're just cabling back to your switch to get this into the interior network. Keep it simple. The HD2 IP67, 400 megs of throughput in that shell, dual modems with redundant SIM capabilities gives you the Wi-Fi that you need. And then finally, the HD4 cranks that up to a quad modem, of course, with redundant SIM. PoE output simplifies wiring for whatever you got on the inside of the network, and 400 meg of throughput. A newer line of products that we're starting to offer is the Pepxim line of products. Each Pepxim product is either going to simplify management of your network and installation of your IoT, or solve a business problem using that IoT technology. Some of the problems that, of course, start to crop up are costly manual management solutions on site, keeping a person on staff, as well as employees carrying too many cards. With Pepxim products, you do have the ability to start to automate that record entry, giving you increased HR flexibility, giving you the ability to host this out on the cloud, separating the need to host personally physical equipment on site, And with our smart terminal, which we'll touch on here in a moment, you can use existing NFC cards that are already out on the market rather than carrying another proprietary unit. The smart reader is just that. It's a cloud-based badge reader that allows you to control access to areas by user groups and giving you PoE input capabilities, allowing you to deploy these on vehicles very quickly. Long story short, you have the ability to set up user groups, task cards to those particular user groups, and then have these badge readers set up. If you do not want a counting team to get into the co-location room, this all becomes very possible. These all tie back to our time and attendance app, which you do have the ability to access from any web browser or smart device app. We do have one. Employees now have the ability to access information about attendance, leave requests, check status, etc. Management can then log into the app, approve things quickly and easily, and with giving the power back to the employees, they no longer need to make inquiries, send forms to HR, saving yourself some overhead. And then the final Pepxim product we have is the SDPMU. This gets deployed on vehicle deployments and gives you the ability to convert fluctuating power from sources to a reliable 52-volt stream. Once you log into the IoT cloud, it gives you the ability to see exactly the ebbs and flows of that voltage information and how much output is coming out of the unit. The SDPMU will disconnect devices on its interior if insufficient voltage can't be delivered, saving you battery charge in the vehicle, for example. Fusion Hub is our virtual speed fusion termination point. You can deploy these globally in minutes, giving you greater control over your infrastructure, and again, eliminating reliance on physical sites for termination. This is very easy to integrate into really any network you got out there. You can install this on VMware. You can install this on a variety of cloud platforms. And this is a fully featured UI once you have things up and running. Split tunneling upon policy is capable. You can use a public IP to build tunnels and port forwarding from Fusion Hub. But we do have a variety of sizes on the instance available. If you head to peplink.com into the online store or speak to Julie and the team over at Microcom, they'll be able to get you that information. But we do have a brand new version of Fusion Hub that we are starting to offer, the Fusion Hub Solo. This really lets you bring the power of speed fusion to small office networks. It's a single peer connection, 100 megs of throughput, and we're actually giving it to you with no upfront cost. It's free. This gives you the ability for some of those smaller deployments that don't necessarily have the resources to take advantage of speed fusion through the cloud out to the net. Finally, the Peplink Wi-Fi solutions. These are our access points that we offer in a variety of enclosures. 11 AC across the board, of course, means greater throughput for your inside network. Centrally managed again by InControl 2. And with those variety of form factors, we can slot into just about wherever you need us. Starting first with the enterprise class of products, there is the AP1AC Mini, which is really the world's smallest 11 AC AP. PoE input capable, meaning again, you're simplifying the deployment. 2x2 MIMO, simultaneous dual band, gives you throughput for days, and being able to control things from InControl 2. Next up, the AP1 Enterprise, which is our ceiling mountable 11 AC AP, 3x3 MIMO, SIMO dual band Wi-Fi, gives you a theoretical output of, I believe, 1.2 gig when you're using the 2.4 gig band. PoE input for power, IC2 integration for configuration and monitoring. Then we move on to the rugged. It's pretty close to the enterprise, but with a much more ruggedized enclosure along with those separate antennas to shape it better to your environment. Then we move to the AP1 in-wall. This is built directly into the gang box that you have plenum rated, fire resistant, make this perfect for hotel deployments. Built-in 4-port LAN switch allows for direct connectivity and IC2 integration. And then finally, our outdoor rated AP1 Flex. This, again, much like the BR1, has that integrated omni or directional antenna, software selectable, and being able to keep an eye on things from the cloud makes it easy to get into where you need it. The AP Pro line of products starts first with the Pro IP67 enclosure, PoE input, and IC2 integration for that monitoring and management. The 300M cranks it up to giving you up to 16 SSIDs capable. And then the Pro Duo, this thing's the beast with, 600 megs of bidirectional throughput. Once you have our Pepwave AP solution in place, there is a number of features and services you can add to it. First and foremost, the ad delivery service. This allows you to place ads before Wi-Fi access via the captive portal functionality. Currently, we support a rotating carousel ad, which you must watch 10 seconds before continuing, play a short video, or take a survey answering questions in a variety of formats before moving on. This gives you great insights into the customers connecting to your network. It gives you the ability through InControl 2 to play location-based ads, as well as setting up campaigns to set start and end dates, which ads you want to play more so than others, and gather those target impressions and clicks. You can manage everything across multiple devices from a single browser window. Our user interface makes creating the campaigns a snap, and you can see the reporting information all together in one spot. Our layer 2 transparent bridges, the Pepwave device connectors, again have a variety of indoor and outdoor versions available. These are compatible with any AP. It doesn't have to be paired with our products. These are literally a drop in and go product. And use both 2, 4, and 5 gigahertz to keep that connectivity. And when we get to the device connector rugged, you can actually start to create speed fusion between the two bands as well to keep that uptime and bring advantage to the wireless side of the equation. The device connector rugged is just that, a universal layer 2 bridge that can bond both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz signal, and being able to configure everything from InControl 2. And then we have our outdoor rated IP55 version that can, in addition to everything that the rugged does, give you that PoE out capability to LAN clients out in the field. Finally, to keep an eye on things, gathering further detailed diagnostic information becomes very important. We do have a line of products called the Pepwave AirProbe to answer this. You have the ability to automate Wi-Fi testing, test for bandwidth, ping speed, upload and download information, as well as application level information on your network. You can gather all of this information, Wi-Fi utilization, channel utilization, packet distribution, and signal strength for each Wi-Fi innovation, Peplink's easy to read UI, and being able to get alerts in real time if you lose signal strength or if a Wi-Fi channel gets oversaturated. All of this ties back again to InControl 2, giving you that central cloud-based area to review and gather information as necessary. So it kind of works like this. The AirProbes will collect Wi-Fi performance information from each site, record and analyze those records, and give you the ability to play back aggregated reports as well as the performance info, and give you everything you need to make adjustments for your deployment for optimal performance. This brings me to the end of my presentation today, everybody. And if you want to get further information hot off of the presses, we are on all of the social media platforms. And I am absolutely ready for questions. Julie, thank you so much, everybody, for letting me get you up to speed on what the Peplink advantage means for you. Julie, what do we got for questions?
Hey, Jason, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. We enjoyed it very much. And I do have some questions for you. regarding your competition, who would you say is your closest competition, and how does Peplink compare? I know that's kind of a wide question, but it's here for you.
Sure. I mean, there are a few players out in the field, depending on what application we're kind of looking at. You have your Accessas, your Mushroom, your ViperNets. I've heard rumors of Cisco starting to dip a toe a little bit, but where we hang our hat on and what sets Peplink apart is number one, set it and forget it gear. Number two, an active support and engineer community. And thirdly, our sales and marketing team is pretty much second to none, not to toot my own horn.
That sounds very good. Thank you so much. Next question. I like that. Next question here. Do any of the multi-WAN routers of touchscreen interface?
That's a good question. Not yet. But where things are, I believe, going to start to change, and again, this is me just kind of going off the cuff here, so take it with a grain of salt, is with the integration with our In Control 2 app or the Router Utility app. This does give you remote web admin capability, so you are able to log into the UI of your Peplink device from your smartphone, from your iPad, etc. That's where we're starting, and I absolutely think that will continue to get optimized, as we continue to iterate on things. To quickly dovetail back to your first question, that is exactly another way we set ourselves apart. We listen to our customers and partners, and if there are enough people who demand, well, demand's not the right word, but who request a particular feature, improvement, etc. to our gear, we're very good at pivoting and starting to work on those applications and get it out to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. The next question was from an audience member who was going to ask about, do you have anything that can handle over 1,000 plus users simultaneously? Well, then you showed us.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, thank you. I know, that's insane. You've got devices that can handle 20,000 plus users, so that was very impressive. Very impressive for sure. So I do have a question. Are these connections made via hard cable or with cards?
Depends on the product. We're pretty much kind of depending on the gear you buy. Like I said, our balance line of products are primarily Ethernet focused, but it does have the USB to take a cellular connection. Our Max line of products do also, they mix it up even further, being able to have those built-in cell modules where you slot in the SIM card directly into the Peplink, has built-in Wi-Fi usually inside and out, both on the WAN and the LAN, to be able to connect to existing, your Starbucks or what have you, as well as USB and Ethernet. So if you have a connection delivery method, we usually have a product that can take it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Regarding access points, I would think you could give me just a general on this. This is a general question about weatherproof and water resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
No problem. Let me kind of go back to a couple of those slides. If we go back to the APs, that is, well, those definitely do. It kind of comes down to our outdoor rated products here. For example, the AP1 Flex has that, intrusion protection 55 rating. Those we generally classify as, weather resistant, but not weatherproof. It's not sealed or the like. It's the Pro line of products with that IP67 enclosure that we say is dang near bulletproof. Dust resistant, water, weatherproof, dust proof, one of the other marketing guys and I were talking about really, wanting to do a goofy YouTube video with us taking bats to it and showing you how it doesn't drop a beat. These things, that aircraft grade aluminum, that, the sealed enclosure makes these things, if you have a weather concern, this is where we point you.
Excellent, thank you. You've given us such good information on this webinar today. Is it possible to email Microcom some of the product information shown in the slideshow? Of course, we've got the slideshow, but I was wondering if any of our salespeople could, refer to stuff or have this information at hand. Is that possible?
Yeah, shoot us an email. We can get you what you need.
Great. You can send it to me, and I'll send it off to anyone who is requesting it.
Okay. Also, I can make a PDF of this for you if you like and get it over to you.
Sounds fantastic. Jason, thank you so much for answering all those questions and being so accommodating today. And thank you to everyone for attending. If anyone has any further questions, please feel to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products mentioned or shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us. Please remember this webinar presentation has been recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel so you can view it again, which we will be doing. Thank you again, Jason. Have a fantastic day. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and you know where to find us if you need us. Have a good one.
You are welcome.